Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for stopping in. It is a beautiful day, so we're going to get some work done on the green truck. As you know, I swapped a 5.3 into it. It runs, drives. However, the front end needs some attention. I do have the parts to do it, and now that it's a good day, we're going to do it. We got ball joints, I believe upper, lower, idler arm. We got tie rods, so we're going to take care of that. That's to make this thing street ready, so we can get it registered, have some fun in it, and sell it, and start our next project. Let me tell you what, these are a pain to get out. So these are factory riveted in, so you have to grind the tops off and then press the, rivet through. But the new ones come with bolts, bolt it on, put your grease fitting in there, grease it up a little bit. It has some grease in there, but it's a good idea to probably put some more in. This is quite the project. I think I'll just do one side today. I kind of gave up pretty quick because I don't have the tool to do the bottom ball joint. And it turns out I don't have the tie rods. I have the Pitman arm. Yeah, Pitman arm. So I think before we tear the entire front end apart, we'll actually get all the parts. This wasn't too bad, but so in order to make this video not super boring, kind of want to talk about the 5.3 that's in this and the cam that's in it. The cam is a 6-liter cam, which is not much bigger than the 5.3 cam. Is it worth installing? Probably not. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have one laying around. For those of you that don't know, my black truck has a 6-liter in it, and when I bought it, I put a bigger cam than that one. So I had a 6-liter cam laying around and a 5.3 out of my truck, which is this one now. So what I did was I took the engine apart, cleaned it up. It's not rebuilt. I just put flat top pistons in it, the 6-liter cam, ported intake manifold, and ported throttle body. It does sound pretty good. I've only driven it one time because there's problems with the front end, like the reason why at the beginning of this video. But I think I'll get this tire back on. We'll fire it up, let it run for a bit, so you guys can see how it sounds when it's warm and idling and everything. We'll check this out first. Fixed the door sag problem. Got new pins and the new door check finally. Okay. So you can see it sounds pretty darn good. Right now it's just open Y pipe. We did get the correct nuts for the Y pipe. First time I did it, I had to kind of make my own. I had to drill them and tap them, but there wasn't enough thread contact to really tighten them down. So I went to the hardware store, got the correct ones, tightened them down. I'm gonna have the two pieces welded. It comes in two halves. And in the middle just got a stupid band clamp, or whatever exhaust clamp on it. I hate them. They leak and they bend the pipe. So if you ever want to take it off or move it, you can't. So I'm gonna mark it. Probably see if we can take the whole piece out, take it to my buddy Greg, and have him, weld all the way around it. That way there's no leak there, no leak at the manifolds, and you just have to cut off the flange for the exhaust. We're gonna go probably a ball flange, unless I can find the factory flange somewhere. But we have some 3-inch pipe already bought and a muffler. Try and quiet this thing down a little bit. Here's the muffler and the pipe we're going to use. Like I said, just 4 foot of 3-inch straight pipe. This is a Summit branded muffler. Looks just like a Flowmaster if you ask me, but yeah, these are relatively cheap, only like 36 bucks I believe. So we're gonna put this on, but we got to find a way to hook the end of this pipe up to that, because that has the factory 99 through 06 flange. So we either find the matching flange for that or just do a ball flange like my headers have. Cut that one off and then make it to where we hook these up. And then I believe after whatever pipe we have left, or we'll probably just do a turn down or something on that. It shouldn't be too loud. Hopefully it quiets it down quite a bit, maybe quieter than my truck. You know, it's got manifolds still, so it's not stupid loud, but it is straight pipe technically. Now, going to the inside of the truck, not really, I guess one thing to do with the inside. I get some questions about the tow haul. It does function. I obviously have not been able to test it because we haven't driven it but one time. It's really not hard to hook up. The shaft and everything fits exactly as it would in an NBS truck, except for the flat spot is on the opposite side. So you kind of, I mean, if you had a machine shop or like a milling machine, that'd be the best way to do it, make a flat spot. But I used an angle grinder, just ground a flat spot and kept test fitting it until it fit good. Then the screw it comes with, tighten it in. And then the button has 2 wires. They're both grounds. So ground 1, well, it's 1 wire, it's a loop. So 1 wire goes to ground, you ground it somewhere, and the other wire goes to the, I forget what pin it is, but there's a pin in the PCM or ECM, whatever you call it, that sends a temporary ground signal to it to let it know to go into performance mode or tow haul mode. You could have it changed to a race mode, I guess, if you wanted to. And next would be the tune I went with. It's Bauer Performance. I'll try and put a link down in the description. He's on eBay, and I believe he has a Facebook page. One of the subscribers recommended him. He's relatively cheap. I think it was 55 bucks for the tune. You send him your computer, sends it back, and he's done this swap before, so another reason why I went with him, because you know he knows what he's doing. He's not just, I'm not saying no tuner could do it. It's just good to have somebody that has done it, has experience doing it, that knows, you know, what to change and everything, because my RPM signal is perfect. From what I did drive it, the speed looks good. The only gauge, but I think this is a very common problem with these trucks, is the fuel level. I know for a fact it has more than a quarter tank, and when it's on it shows right around quarter tank, but that might be a sending unit issue, not necessarily a tune issue. But aside from that, it runs great. It fires right up. It shifts good, and I'll probably be using him again for the Yukon. I mean, at least to get it to where you can drive it, because I wasn't going to spend the money for this truck to get dyno tuned. I really didn't care that much, and I don't have to go through the hassle of towing it down there because it won't run. For one, because this computer is not made for this truck, and for 2, the VATs aren't deleted. You can buy one that's already, you know, has VATs deleted, but it's going to be like a base tune. There's not a lot done to this engine. Like I said, it's got the cam porting. Stock heads, the heads aren't ported, which I wish I could have got that done, but I didn't. But so he kind of, you know, bumped the fuel tables up a little bit, I guess. I don't know. And there's a couple things that GM sets in the computers from the factory that kind of limits performance, so they kind of, you know, change that, get rid of some of those things. So I'm getting really excited about this thing. I mean, now that it's warm out, I really want to get this thing fixed up and roadworthy and have some fun with it. A couple things it needs to get, like just missing pieces here. I mean, it's not perfect. There's things that are broken, which these are cheap. You get this from the junkyard. Needs a radio. Probably just get a cheap one, maybe the one out of my truck, get a, you know, better one for my truck. This truck gets the hand-me-downs from my truck, but I guess it's just the way it goes. So we're gonna end this video right here. Kind of, you know, not super exciting, but going over some stuff for the green truck, and it's exciting. Get this thing going again, and thumbs up for good weather. But as always, guys, I really do appreciate you stopping in. Hit me up on Instagram, Endless Wishlist 6.0. If you have any questions, you can hit me up there, or maybe, and there's other things I post there too. I do Q&As. At 4,000 subs on YouTube, we're going to do another free throttle body porting giveaway from 454 Chewy. He's the guy that does all my porting. He ported the intake manifold on that. When I had the stock intake, he ported the throttle body. I would have had him port the heads, but I found a killer deal on some CNC heads, so those are CNC heads. But for the Yukon, I'm thinking about getting some heads ported by him. Also with the 5.3 we picked up the other weekend for my wife's 65 pickup. So we got some things going on. Kind of spread myself too thin. I think I'm gonna worry about one thing at a time, get it taken care of, and then hop over to the other project, because there's some things we want to do the 6 liter still. You guys remember from the dyno video, the injectors are maxed out, so we're gonna get the bigger injectors, bigger radiator, bigger E-fans, which I've showed already, maybe a bigger cam, and go from there. And then that one will be pretty much done. And about that time, well, the trans is starting to slip, so I might be looking at a transmission soon. But anyway, getting off topic. Thank you guys for stopping in. Take care, and I will see you guys next time.